Again, the point I'm trying to make here is those aren't ISIL trucks necessarily pouring over or crossing the border, any border. These are smugglers. There are other truckers who are buying this from ISIL and then taking it elsewhere. The quality of the oil is not very good, frankly. That's another component to this. I mean, there's people in this department, frankly, who are far more knowledgeable about these routes, the quality of the oil, all of this stuff than I am, certainly. But it is our assessment that it is not ISIL per se who are taking this oil across borders or trying to smuggle it into others. They're quite content to sell it within their territories, frankly, that they occupy. Sorry.
But your arguments for this not being not being true is that the oil quality isn't good enough for the Turks. Yeah.
I mean, the oil quality is poor. Yes.
So they wouldn't accept poor quality oil.
Well, whatever. It just wouldn't be. It's just not very. It's not very desirable. But I'm not saying that that's an excuse or that's their reason for not participating in this. I mean, look, Turkey continues to be a strong partner in the anti-ISIL coalition. Do we all need to do more? Does Turkey need to do more to stop this kind of activity? Certainly. To seal up their borders, secure their borders? Certainly, and that's what we're working with them on.
Are you saying that if ISIS oil is loaded on trucks that belong to some local smugglers, that's no longer ISIL oil?
Not at all, but I'm saying it's not ISIL truckers who are taking this across the borders, and that's what the insinuation, at least, that was made today in Russia.
That's still part of their business, isn't it? That's still part of their revenue.
I think I made that really clear. I said that they sell it from the wellhead to these networks of smugglers and oil smugglers and drivers and others who then take this across the border or take it to other parts of Syria. And by the way, they also sell it to Assad and Assad's regime. And Russia's the #1 supporter of Assad. So
on November 17th, Secretary
Turkey is a strong partner, a U.S. partner. So
Yep.
do you believe that Turkey is unable to close the border? Is it like a big challenge for
it is a
US-led
challenge. Again, my understanding, and I'm not, I'm not an expert on the territory, but my understanding is that it's a difficult border to control, like many are.
Said that Assad is buying ISIL oil as well, and Russia is supporting it. Are you in touch with the Russian officials to stop backing up Russia?
I think they're well
in this regard?
I mean, look, Russia is well aware of our concerns about A, their ongoing support for Assad, B, Assad's complicity in this oil smuggling, and then C, the fact that we need to resolve the issue of the civil war that is taking place in order to turn our attention, A, to stop the atrocities that the Assad regime is committing on a daily basis, and then B, to confront the broader enemy, which is ISIL. Yes, sir.
Mark, if that's really such an easy thing for ISIS to send oil, whether through smugglers, it will be easy also to send their bombing men and also any other thing if that's easy for them. So don't you think there's a form of cooperation between these local authorities with ISIS? Because I know that the Iraqi border, even just one single man cannot penetrate the border with ISIS without any being confronted with the Iraqi forces or the Kurdish forces. Don't you think there's a cooperation with these guys, or like you said, middlemen? Have you talked to the Iraqi government and also Turkish government to deal with these middlemen?
Well, of course, we've been in ongoing discussions with both the Turks and the Iraqis about our concerns that they also share about possible smuggling of ISIL oil, ISIL refined, pumped oil into these other countries and across borders. It comes down to strong border security, and that's something we're working on.
You're not satisfied with their procedures to stop that, right?
Well, again, the Secretary spoke to this earlier today, where we're working with Turkey to take steps to address it.
Can we change topics?
Yeah.
Change topics.
One more for you, and then Barbara, I'm sorry to keep you waiting. Apologize.
Well, go ahead. Thanks, Barbara. On November 17th, Secretary Kerry said Turkey and the U.S. started an operation to close the border with Syria. What stopped the U.S. and Turkey from doing it before then?
What stopped us from doing it before then? Look, this has been, I wouldn't necessarily frame it like that. We've been in ongoing discussions with Turkey for well over a year, and talking about how we can take the fight to these ISIL forces or ISIL-occupied areas in northern Syria. We've talked a lot about how we've been doing that, which includes Turkey giving us the rights to fly out of Incirlik Air Base. But we've always recognized that 98 kilometers of border as something that we need to get firmer control of. The Secretary was speaking about our discussions and indeed our plan to close that border. But I wouldn't say that that's when the operation began. We've been making these efforts. We're going to continue to make those efforts to seal the border. So I wouldn't.
But you were saying started, and that this was a
Correct.
beginning of the operation.
Again, it's not. Again, what he was saying was that we've been having discussions with Turkey. We're taking. We're beginning new efforts to secure those borders because we recognize that those borders are not yet secure.